HighLevel is just going nuts with all of the features. So exciting. So we are live. So hello, everyone. I'm Bridget Bartlett. I'm the CEO and founder of Vision Marketing and Design. And today is our weekly Q&A day. So before we get started, I wanted to let you know that, first of all, Terry, love your picture there. That is awesome. If you are a member and you're watching on YouTube, let me share my screen here. You are watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can click the link in the description and then log in there. You can also go to bridgetbartlett.com. You can go to the events calendar here, and then you'll see our weekly Q&A session. You just go ahead and get logged in there. You can also go into the resource area, click here where it says Zoom meetings, and then access the weekly Q&A. Another thing that I wanted to share with you, let me scroll through here and see, just some announcements. The Cloud Key Elite Partner Plan is going away at the end of this month. So if this is something that you're interested in, it's definitely an incredible value, but you get 1,000 reseller licenses, the unlimited basic accounts, and then you are, all of the members in our program are what are called sub-affiliates. But if you want the ability to resell licenses for the software yourself, you do need to become an elite partner. So if you click here, this is my affiliate link for CloudKey. So let me, my computer's being weird. You can check out all of the benefits there. You can do it in 3 payments of $9.97, which this is, for the year. So you get 1,000 licenses for the whole year. So that's really, really cool. So definitely check that out. It ends in 25 days. The other thing, let me let McCall in here. The other thing I wanted to tell you is you will notice in your partner portal where all your licenses are, when you go to add license, and if you go to the Cloud Key CRM, what this is Cloud Key's it's their white labeled version of HighLevel. And it used to be 5 reseller licenses, but you'll see here that that is actually now 100. That is not a mistake. The reason they had to change that is because, when you create an account and then people are sending like lots of text messages and things like that. So what they had to do was change that to 100. However, I will say, and this is in the future going away. So if this is something that you have in, structured inside your offer, really the best thing that you can do is to just invite them into your own HighLevel account. You can share your affiliate link if you don't want to, manage all of that. But really, it is the best deal for you to go ahead and just either give the affiliate link or create an account inside your own HighLevel account, because you can see 100 licenses. That does get pretty pricey, considering you could resell the premium plan of Messenger, and that only takes 1 license. So that is definitely something you may want to consider. Also, you will see if you go to the HighLevel YouTube channel, they have the town hall, which was done on Monday. There are so many features. The town halls are great. I think they do it monthly, but there's so many new features in here that honestly, I just went through here, but I will definitely share with you the link to the video. But you definitely want to check this out, because you can see there are all kinds of affiliate triggers that are now created. As you scroll through here, you see, commissions, the flat fee commissions. You can now import the contacts into the affiliate manager. They go through all of their report settings. Just some highlights in here. Let's see. You can create the custom emails. You can create active and inactive campaigns. You can select the website page now for the campaign. It used to just make you choose the main website. It also will support coupons. So if you give a coupon in a funnel, it will now adjust the affiliate commission based on the coupons. The affiliate manager is now available in the SaaS configurator. So it is now one of the tools. Something else that I'm going to share this with you in the chat here so that you can go through that and watch it. I was going to do some type of formal thing to explain it to you guys, but really they did a great job, and there's lots of value in their questions there. Let me move this over. I also did want to tell you that any day now, the ability to create 404 pages is coming. So in the domain section, when you are, you import your domain or connect your domain, it'll have it'll ask you like, what page do you want to connect it to? You can actually choose the 404 page. That should be live any day. They said that on Wednesday. I looked a little bit ago. It wasn't live yet, at least in my account. So definitely be looking for that. That's something I'm really excited about. There is going to be a new funnel builder design. So it's going to be much more user-friendly with some added features. Again, that's coming any day now. The social planner, it is any day. You'll have the ability to post Instagram stories, schedule reoccurring posts, which that is the one thing that I was holding on to Content Studio. That is the only, I know, that is the only thing that I was holding on to Content Studio for. So I'm really excited. Again, one of the things I love so much about HighLevel is it's like they pump out these new features and I'm like, I'm just chucking off those other subscriptions, like the other tools, and then everything in-house. So yeah, Terry, I know I'm super excited about that. So you'll be able to add that post and then just set it on a reoccurring schedule, which, if you have lots of posts, it's great to, go ahead and recycle those. So I love that. Also, the Canva and integration is coming. So you'll be able to pull in images and things like that from Canva directly from your social media planner. Also, they are adding an image AI. And I think if I understood this correctly, and definitely check out that video, but you will have the ability to, just like kind of Midjourney, you will type in what you need and then it will come up with a selection of images that you can use. So that is so crazy. They're just making it as super awesome as possible. Also, I did do a training yesterday on the payments. So now you no longer need to have webhooks from Stripe to Pabbly or Zapier and then to HighLevel. You no longer need that extra step. So you can actually build in the workflows based on a failed or successful payment inside of the platform. You can also, inside the payments area, you can cancel subscriptions and you can do refunds. So that's really cool as well. Also, and I meant to grab the link here, but it's not in my notes, but what they're trying to do is white label their knowledge base. How amazing is this? So HighLevel has one of the absolute best knowledge bases I've ever seen in any software company. It's so thorough. They pump out those documents like before they even announce the tool. It's just that HighLevel has a great team. But that is something that's really exciting. It will be connected to the lead connector domain, just like every other, the lead connector, like Twilio system and Mailgun and all of that, so that it will be like white, kind of like gray labeled for you. So you will be able to use that for your clients without them knowing that it's HighLevel. So that is really exciting. That's not done yet, but I did see in a video a little sneak peek that they are working on that. So that's really, really exciting. And I think that is all that I wanted to share with you. So definitely check out the link there. Or let me see. Did you guys see that? Let me do everyone. I think it just went to the waiting room. So yeah, definitely check out the link in the chat if you want to watch that whole video, because tons and tons of value. Also, I did want to tell you guys that the HighLevel Summit is in October, and it's in Dallas, Texas, and I will be there. So hopefully, if any of you all decide to go, I can meet you there. That'll be super cool.
Are you speaking?
I'm sorry?
Are you a speaker?
I'm just going to be there. I mean, we'll see. Oh yeah. So how is everyone? And do you have any questions? How can I help?
Yesterday you said, sorry. Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead. I was just going to comment. Yesterday you said you didn't know if you had much to say today, that you didn't know what was going to go on. And, for the first 10 minutes, you're going lickety split. That's so great. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So many cool things, really. Super exciting. You know, HighLevel, the previous company I worked for, they made all kinds of promises like, oh, we're coming out with this and and then it never would. Or when it came out, it barely worked. It was like the stage before beta is what it was like. HighLevel, man, they're just on another level, really, no pun intended. They really are very, very impressive. Makes you feel really good that you aligned yourself with the right company. So what were you going to say, Terry?
Question. You know, I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to share because it's something I want to duplicate, but I just need to, I know it could be done. Just another set of eyes on it. Let me just share this real quick.
Go ahead.
Can you see this?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a little test system thing. I'm like, oh, I could create this myself. So I know how to get the pages, right? Because this is for mobile, strictly mobile. That's why it got set up. So if I go to the home page, right? Oh, it ain't gonna show it here. Yeah. What I want is see how they have this little icon here. That's the part I can't figure out to put that. Do I make this like an image and connect that image to my where it's going to? Because it's popping. It's like a pop-up.
Yeah.
And it got it on each one of the pages. So if I make this like that, can you still see this? So now it's in mobile view. And each one has this tap part. Okay, so that's one question. The other question is this. I know I'm multiplying here. This part right here, see how they got my face and stuff down here and it just stays there? Don't we have something where I could do the exact same thing just so it won't move or make it static?
You may be able to use, for that specific thing right there, you may be able to use, or actually, you can use a pop-up.
Okay.
And then just make it static so that it doesn't move. That's what you can do. Like in the form area.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how that, the two things I would suggest to play around with is Elmatic and the pop-up area, because technically the pop-up area or like it's the forms, you know, when you go to edit the form, you can make it like slide down the side of it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
You got a video on that. You have video.
Yes.
I know you. I'm gonna go watch that because I was looking when I went to user form. I'm like, oh man, it's been a minute since I've been into all my forms, and now I'm like, well, which one do I want? Do I want the pop up? It's like, nah, it's getting complicated. Not complicated, but the choices. It's like, So I'm
play
gonna
around with that, see if you get the result that you want. What you just showed me, honestly, I feel like you could create that type of same thing with the blog, like the dashboard that you just showed me. As far as like those articles where you know, because basically what it is, it's like a side panel. And then, so you would create that, you know, one column with all of your information there. And then those articles on the right-hand side would essentially just be a blog element. And then you could click there. Now, as far as the image to, or technically it could even be just an image and go to the web page. But the QR code. Yeah. The QR code, I think that there's CSS code, because I've seen people do that before, that will allow you to like have an image that does that. But I can't really say confidently that I know how to do that. But I think there is CSS. I would kind of go down that rabbit hole and see, maybe even ask ChatGPT if there's
That's what I was just thinking. I was thinking about putting that in the GPT.
Yeah. Or if you're with GHL experts, maybe they have a code or something like that you could use.
Yep. That's my mission. I'm gonna create that, and this is my spirit. Would you see that picture now?
You know, another alternative is just pasting that just in the corner, because I mean, it is great when it pops up and it looks really cool like that. But also if you just have it, you know, right there in the corner of the image, it's still scannable.
Yeah, copy that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna reduplicate because I'm like, I could do the whole same system. So
Yeah.
Could I ask while you're on that? I have a picture I want to be in the background for most of my front page website.
Mhm.
And so when everything else scrolls, I want the picture to stay right there. How do you do that?
So let me get into the builder here. Let me share my screen. So we'll get into a website. Let me just find one. Okay, so there's a couple ways of doing it. If you wanted it to be like the whole page, you wanted to have that image, okay? You could go up into the settings and you could go to background and then add the image there. So you just click there and it pulls in from your gallery. So if I wanted it to be this, then I would need to make that transparent. Let me see. Yeah, so there it is. So then what you would do is like this image right here, you see it's like the parallax effect. You can also play with some of this here. And then of course play with these settings as well. But then when it's the entire page like that, because that's what this is up here, okay? So you set the image for the entire page and then you can just keep it like that. And as you scroll down, whatever you want that to show, you just make that transparent. If you want that image to be like in this area here, then what you need to do is just click on the little gearbox there and then go to background image. And then you would just click there. And then now it's the image of that panel instead of the whole background.
Okay, it's the image of that panel.
Yeah.
Bridget, those arrows is images.
How
you got the arrows? That all one picture right there.
This
is
actually,
arrows.
You know, that's a good question. This is actually a template. And
probably images.
Yeah, when I click on it, it doesn't have, like, see, it doesn't have like an element there, but it would be, so maybe this whole, well, let me see. So here's just a way that I'll figure out if I make this a color. Let me go here.
Click on the calendar and the alarm clock. Is it editable? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So see how you hover over it? This is what I'm trying to figure out. When you hover over it, it tells you like this is a paragraph. So this is a paragraph element. So this must just be like one of the icons. Yeah. And then this is paragraph as well. This right here, and it says right there, button. But when I go over this, it's like there is nothing there. So I'm not quite sure without digging around here.
So that was a template?
Yeah.
Isn't it in the image itself? The image itself may have it, right?
No, it moves.
Yeah, see?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I was looking at it. I was like, okay.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And so what I thought is maybe it's this panel here, that the panel itself has the image, but and this would be the background. But when I change this color for the panel, it doesn't.
How about the row? Select the row.
Well, see,
I've had a template like that with one of those arrows, and
Yeah.
I wasn't able to work with it until I think I had to resize the panel it was in, or in mobile view, I was able to see more, and it took me forever to get to it because it was just in the way of my pictures.
Yeah, that's really.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a separate element.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
It's independent. It works by.
Yeah, and I was wondering, since it's a template, maybe there's like some code in here. So let's see. Let's go up here. So there is code. So I wonder if that's what it. Let's just remove all this and see. Oh,
Yep.
that's what it was.
Yeah. So code, okay.
Yeah. But I'm not going to save that. Anybody want this code since I just copied it?
Yes, please.
Yeah, I'd like it.
Here, I'll paste this in the box here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oops.
I'll put that under arrow for codes for arrows.
Or actually, if you want, I'll just share with you this whole template. How's that sound?
I just can't keep up with all the high level updates.
I know. And you know what? It is such a great place to be. It really is. So here is the whole template. So you guys can just import that into your accounts. And then the code's going to be on the first page there. You just go to settings and might as well. Why not have the whole template? But it's a pretty good webinar funnel, so you might like it. Anybody else have any questions or anything? Any wins you want to share? Any struggles? David said,
I have a question actually.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, how can I get what do I have to do to get my client's email to work? It sounds like a basic thing, right? So we went through Namecheap and I used that email first. And then I went ahead with the lead connector mail.
So
I
is
just
it
muted myself trying to put on my camera.
That's okay.
Yeah, so I put it on, I used the lead connector mail to add that domain. So now in there, I've got admin.her, so I have the sub account and everything. I mean, the subdomain. So when I'm sending an email, it goes right, it's coming from what I designated to do that. But for her to receive the email, do I have to create an email within Namecheap still, or do I have to, and then point it to wherever I want it to go, or can I now create it within HighLevel? That's what's confusing me. Because
So
I disabled the webmail so that the MX records and everything could work with HighLevel, but now she doesn't really have an email address.
So if it's connected into, I mean, she should have access to the webmail, even if, because the webmail is something different. That's where she's going to be able to actually use that email address.
Okay.
But when you're using it with HighLevel and you've created that email sending domain, that's kind of where the magic happens. Because if it's like info@bridgetbartlett.com is my email address, so I can log into the webmail, I can connect it to Gmail, everything I can do, I can access it there. But when you
that doesn't conflict.
No, there shouldn't be. Yeah, because it's really two different things.
Okay.
So then that's the email address, right? Then even if you connect to Gmail or something, or Outlook or whatever, you're connecting the SMTP. But when you are connecting to Lead Connector, then that is an email sending domain. So it's like, I want to be able to, if I create admin.bridgetbartlett.com is my email sending domain, because my email address is info@bridgetbartlett.com. That's what's going to really where the magic happens, like I'm saying. And then it's going to help the emails land in the inbox when people reply. You can choose the option. Let me show you here, to have the because really you want to train them to come to the CRM. You want them to go to the conversations tab, because that's where the magic with HighLevel is. But you can also set a reply forward here. So if you want it says you will receive the email replies not only in the conversations view, but also in the personal email. You can also use the BCC emails if you wanted to. And then you could also even forward, if you had an email address, forward in here. And then you have this option as well.
Okay, so now if this is what I want to do, so I set up the webmail, and then the webmail address wouldn't go here to the forwarding address, right? This would be like a Gmail or something if she wanted to catch all. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, if she wanted because the emails are going to be different, right? So it's like, and a lot of people use like Gmail. Like I have my Google Workspace, which used to be G Suite. I have that. And then all of my emails, I always connect with the SMTP, not just forward, because that allows me to like send an email from basically I have all of these different emails and different sending domains, and what I have my Gmail account set up to where I can reply to from whatever email they sent it to, all within the same inbox. So that's how I have mine set up. And then I have my email sending domain here, so I can check in both places. But the email sending domain is what's going to help me to use the conversations tab, and then all of my correspondence is going to be here.
Okay.
So it's really, if you don't set up, I mean, she needs to have access to that email address, but if you don't set up the forward, then she's not going to be able to like log in anywhere and then check. I mean, it's really a preference thing. And there's so many different scenarios as to which one would work best for her. But for me, I don't do the forward. I have my emails set up just like you normally would. And then when you add that sending domain, that's where they're coming in and out of HighLevel. Does that make sense? It's kind of a confusing process.
I think I got it. I don't know why it's so confusing to me, because my email for my agency and everything, I've got that all set up. It's not a problem. But for some reason, when I'm trying to wrap my head around what I need to do for her, it's like I can't. There's a disconnect. So I just want to make sure I'm doing it right, and
So her user email needs to be the email connected to her domain. That's what is, so when she's logged in, for example, using bridgetbartlett.com, when she's logged in, she needs to be logged in as like her email address, like info@bridgetbartlett.com. And then her email sending domain needs to be like admin.bridgetbartlett.com. Because otherwise, when she's replying to emails and all that, it's going to say like, let's say that I was actually logged in, it's like info@myvisionagency.com. It reduces the ability to land in the inbox instead of the spam folder. And then it'll also say, when the recipient receives the email, it'll say sent from info@myvisionagency.com via admin.bridgetbartlett.com.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So the login shouldn't be the Gmail. It needs to be her business, the same one that she's sending from, the login. Okay. And then, okay.
Yeah, that'll solve that problem.
Okay. Got it. That clarifies it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I also like to use the conversations tab because it gets too confusing. When you have the emails are going to the inbox, and then they're also going into HighLevel, because it's like you need to respond to HighLevel, like through HighLevel. That's where I can see all their activity. I can see our previous conversations and all that. But when that extra email is landed in the inbox, then it's like, I'm already checking my inbox, and then I may respond, but I may not remember what we talked about before, or who they are, or are they a reseller, HighLevel affiliate, are they this and that? And then I go to HighLevel, and then now I have that same conversation, and I don't remember if I responded. So it just makes it like really confusing. So it's definitely better for me to have it all inside of HighLevel when possible. Okay. But sometimes people don't respond to, like if someone sends me an email and they're not a contact in HighLevel, then I still need to get that email. Or maybe they're using a different email address that is not something I've ever talked to them in HighLevel. Then I'm not going to see that connection. So she needs to have access to both, but definitely be checking HighLevel. And that's why I don't like the forward option.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And that's definitely what we want to get her to do. Just, she's had one email that she uses for everything, but this is, now that we've set up this whole business platform, everything will be here. Use this, log it in, just from the get-go. So, okay. But I just want to make sure I don't miss that part. All right.
Cool.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Anybody else? I was going to congratulate David. David became a lifer with Cloud Key. Now he has the same level that I do. Super, super cool. So we have the ability to sell lifetime accounts of L Messenger, which is like, who wouldn't want a lifetime account if you're a reseller anyway? I mean, you guys already have it, but now we have the ability to do that. And like I said, that lifer is gone away. So we kind of got in there before that went away. The elite was the next level down. That's what I used to be. That's going away at the end of the month. So
yeah, I'm actually really excited about being able to have all the products and all the different things from Group Key as well. You know, some of the things that are part of you know, the whole program. And, you know, the creativity piece too, not just for that, but the creativity piece, for instance, with what was the script, you know, I actually had recorded my own voice and then threw it up there. And you know, it's just fun playing with all this stuff. You know, I'm building out now, you know, lots of different things. I did talk to Drew, and he's saying, you know, what we're preparing for now is the third and fourth quarter. You know, because that's where everything is happening. You know, that's where the main sales are made, because people are looking at their fourth quarter and saying, how much money do I want to spend? So, you know, all the prep that's going in now, we're looking at really preparing well for what's ahead, and I feel really I'm excited about it, you know. So yeah, and yeah. So anyway,
I'm with you. I feel that too.
Mm-hmm.
Big things happening with both HighLevel and Cloud Key, and it just makes you feel like, oh, I'm so in the right spot. It's just such a good feeling. Side note, I do see your hand up, McCall. Side note, now I have the ability to resell Group Key, which I didn't before. So if you guys want to use any of your licenses, it's only one license for the premium account of Group Key, and Group Key is the kind of like L Messenger for groups. It doesn't have like the full-blown CRM option and all of that, but it will help you manage your groups. It's kind of like Group Convert. I think there's a few other group products or whatever, but just go to bridgetbartlett.com. You can contact me in the chat, and then let me know you want to use one of your licenses for Group Key, and then I'll go ahead and hook you up with that. Yeah, McCall?
No, actually, I was just applauding. That was just the clap sign. So
Oh, sorry.
no question. Way to go, David. I'm glad you guys got that. But I really want to wrap my head around all of it. It's just I have so many other tools. So I'm like, let me build what I'm building first, and then I'll you know.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you should do.
Yeah. I don't want FOMO.
If you jump in and just start investing all of your money into things before you're even ready for it, it's like, and you can't know what you're going to need or what direction you want to take and all of that until you're ready for it. So definitely do not do that. Just learn by necessity. Just keep moving forward, keep investing, doing all the things that we need to do to grow our businesses. And when you're ready, that's what's cool, is like David and I, we're jumping in on this because we're ready for that. And if you're not, then there's going to be other opportunities when you are ready. So yeah, don't stress about that at all. Jenna, I see your hand up.
Yeah, thank you. So I was trying to attach some products to a funnel with a button. Is that possible? Because I click on the button and I don't see, and this isn't something I've tried before. So I clicked on the button, and then I guess one of the options isn't like products, or I wasn't sure how to do it.
So let me show you. Share my screen here. So there are, when you have your products, of course, you're creating the products in the payment tab. And then if you go to, let me just go to this website here. Let me actually find one that has a website. Let's see this one. Okay, let's go to my funnels. We'll just go back to that one. Let's just say this. So to attach a product, of course, you need to attach the product here, right? And then when you're inside of the funnel, you have a couple options here. So once it is attached to this page, okay, so whether you're using the funnel builder or the website builder, you do have to have that product attached to the page. Then you have the option of course, you need to add a form, right? So if I wanted to add a checkout form, I could just click wherever I'm adding the element. And then you have the 1-step or the 2-step. Okay, so these are required for the purchase of the product, right? But if you want to attach it, because if I added this 1-step, now you can eliminate some of these fields and stuff, but this is what it's going to look like. And we don't always want that. Sometimes we just want a button. And then, so for the button, you're allowed 1 pop-up per page. Okay. So what you need to do is set the action for the pop-up, and then you can come up here to the pop-up settings. Okay. So in this example, what we'd want to do here is we just want to add, like, let's just go here, and then we'd want to add the checkout form here. So so really those are the 2 options. You can't, I mean, you could add this form like on another page if you want to, and then set the action of the button to like one of the pages in your website, or, you know, the URL. But those are the options there. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, so if it's like 4 products that I was wanting to add to one, and it's all the same information required, I could just use one checkout form. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, as long as you have, yeah, as long as you have those 4 products attached to that page in the funnel. So you would just go like here to the product section, and you just keep adding your products, however many that you want to sell on that page. And then whatever products are here, that's what's going to show up on the checkout form that you add.
Okay, and then the person looking at it could just pick from whichever one they wanted.
Yes.
At the checkout. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let me. No, I think I see what you're saying.
Okay. Okay, yeah. There's also the option you have in here. It defaults to like cart mode. So if I go back into this page here and I go to like add my form, however you want to add the form, whether it's to a pop-up or to another page or to, you know, whatever. And I bring this form in here, which looks, you'll see here, this kind of confuses people because it gives you this like kind of default generic information here. But when you look over here, you go to advanced, you'll see the enable cart mode. Okay, so let me go ahead and, oops, I didn't mean to save that. But when you open up the live view of the page, it actually shows those 2 options here. But
okay.
If you want to choose the cart mode, is if you want them to be able to choose multiple options. If you don't, you want to disable the cart mode. And then when you go to the checkout form, it will just be like radio buttons where they have to choose just one.
Okay, gotcha. And then do you have any workflow videos on how like to send a workflow on on cart mode, like if they didn't check out? Do you have any videos on that? Or like a series on it that I could watch?
Yeah, there is, but also I can just show you real quick. You're going to love this. So the best way is to do that 2-step checkout, because what they have to do is fill out the contact information and then they go to the checkout part. So what you would do is like go to order form submission, and then you choose, you can choose the funnel or whatever. Let's just say it was this one. And then I want to add a filter, and I'm going to choose submission type. This is where the magic with this is. Okay. So you're going to choose opt-in. So what this means is this workflow is going to trigger anytime someone enters in their information into this form. Okay. So then this would just be like the abandoned cart workflow. Now, you could also have another workflow where they make a sale, and then this would be the actual order, the sale part. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's just simply opt-in. That's all you need to really worry about.
Okay.
Cool.
I just thought of something else after you said all that, but now I lost my brain off.
What is it?
No, sorry, I lost the thought after after it came to me. Oh, I know what it was now. So I know there's a way to like, you can, because I just seen it on somebody did it today. I seen it, and you put in your information, and then it's kind of a gated page where you put in your information, and once you do, you can see all this like an opt-in. It's like an opt-in page kind of, and then it's all their information that they don't really want public. So you put your information in first. Now, is there a way to like,
Yeah, that's the two-step checkout form.
say yes? Well, it was only one step.
Oh,
because there was just it was only one step. I put in just like my name, email, and phone number, I think, and then it gave me all this information. So he kind of had it protected a little bit. But is there a way to one layer that one more deep, like yes or no, like this person can have access? I think that'd be really cool. I have like a certain use case in my head when I'm saying this out loud.
What do you mean? Like another, I mean, you could create a form and, just have
I guess
it
what I'm saying
redirect.
is there a way to deny like a person the form, or to the like, I think what he did was like, it was like a funnel page that you just go to, and instead of a thank you page, it was this page with like downloadables. But I have a different use case that I thought of after seeing this that applies to my husband's business, that he would want password protected, but I know there's not really a way right now to do that in HighLevel.
Mm-hmm.
So my other thought is there a way to say, yes, this person can have it based off of the information, or no, they can't? I don't know.
You could make a survey.
I was thinking out loud.
You could make a survey and do that. I actually just did a training on that earlier this week. You could build a survey and then ask those questions and then disqualify them based on the answers. Disqualify or qualify.
Oh, that's a cool way to think about that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be necessarily password protected, but if they don't give the answers that
I'm looking for,
yeah, then you can just disqualify. You can either, when you choose disqualify, you can even choose, like, maybe you want them to go to a separate set of questions, or maybe you just want to, send them an email, and then you can trigger the automations based on the answers as well. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah. Only problem is if they go back and re-answer the questions a different way, they could probably see that other thing, right?
Yeah, because it would be, well, yeah. I mean, if they gave the different answers, yeah.
That I think would be a really cool feature, to be able to password or like say yes or no, this person can have access.
Yeah. Because that's
I know it's probably not high on the ideas board, but I think it'd be cool.
I mean, add it, because HighLevel, everything that they do is based on the ideas board. So the more upvotes, that gets moved to the top of development. So if a bunch of people want a feature, that's why HighLevel is so awesome, because everything that they create is based on the community feedback. But what I do, like for our weekly Q&As, what I did was I created, the product, which is the Zoom, meetings. And then I created the offer, which includes, all of the members get access to that product. And then I just grabbed the live link to that module. And so I can put that link anywhere on, a button on an open website, and it'll take them to the login page, and then they will have to log in, and then they get access to that product or area in the membership area.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it too.
Yeah, but I definitely, I hope in the future they're coming out with that option to lock down and password protect a website page. So I'm sure that's in the ideas board if you guys want to go there and upvote that. For sure.
Get it.
Yeah.
If it's a funnel, can you in the flow, or do a workflow that is an if then else, and just send them somewhere else if they don't the first time through? If they don't give the right answer, you wouldn't let them come back through. You just send them somewhere else on the site, or send them to bye-bye page, not the thank you page, whatever.
You
Is that
could.
possible?
You could, I'm imagining like a survey, and then you choose the disqualify. Yeah. Let's see. Let's dig into this for a second.
I think too with the way you explained it, because when you say disqualify, it sounds so negative.
Yeah.
But you don't have to make them. You could have a thank you page for, just still make
Yeah.
it put a bell, but then the one that you really want, then you put the bells and whistles. So you
Yeah.
could do it like that, so everyone still feels good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they are not going to see disqualify. Of course, unless you want to tell them that. But when you're in the survey builder, like if I go here to surveys and I pull in, like, let's just look at this one here. I hate this one though, because it's multiple slides, but you'll see let me go to a custom field that has multiple options here. So you have this option here. So it's like disqualify immediately, depending on their answer, or you can send them to another like question, or you can disqualify after submit. So really, if you have multiple questions, they wouldn't know what question disqualified them. It's just called disqualified here. And then when you go to the automations, then you can build out
Cool.
the automation based on what you're calling disqualified. So you would just go to survey, submitted, and then you can start adding your filters. So if you say, like, let's just say the survey is this one, and the people who disqualified, let's say it's true, this is going to trigger this automation. So then you could send them an email and say, based on your answers, here's what we recommend. Or here's the other thing. You could also, inside of the survey, you could go to, like, let's go to the builder and choose a custom field. Or actually, when you go into the settings here, options, then you have this option here. So if you want them like to send them a message, or it's actually not sending a message, but when it's just like a form, when they submit the information, if they are disqualified, it will, like, the form goes away and then you just have this page with the message there. Or you could also send them to another URL. So if you wanted to, like, let's say that you have, like, for example, the training I did this week on surveys, I was asking the question, do you already have a HighLevel account? And if they answered yes or no, one of the options was to disqualify them, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I was disqualifying. It just meant that I have two selections here. I have the one where they're qualified, the one where they're disqualified. So I wanted to use those two different selections to my ability. So I'm saying if they have a HighLevel account, then that qualifies them. If they do not, then they're technically disqualified in the terms of the survey. And then I want to decide what to do at that point. Does that make sense? Lots of options there. Definitely check out that training though, because I think that you'll get, I'm sure there's something in there that will be a solution for you. Anybody else? I definitely want to add all the names to our wheel. I didn't forget. And I think you'll all be pleasantly surprised to see I actually branded the wheel. So let's see. David, and we have Ricky. Thank you, Ricky, for adding your name there. You make me use my brain less. I appreciate it. Nicole, and let's see, Terry and Cynthia and Jenna and Janai. Okay, so you guys definitely let me know here. I think I have everyone. So Frankie, Maria, Ray, Terry, David, Ricky, McCall, Cynthia, Jenna, and Janai. Anybody I'm missing? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel. Isn't that cool that I've like branded that? I just love that.
Nice. I like the
Yeah.
colors and everything. Logo.
And this is wheelofnames.com, by the way, if you guys want to check it out. It's Ray!
Whoa.
Ta-da!
About that. Yay. How about that?
So Ray,
Way to go,
would you
Ray.
like a 30-minute private consultation or 2 reseller licenses?
I think I'd like the consultation, please. I have 1 or 2 consultations and I want to use them because I'm desperate here. So
Well, you should have never waited this long, Ray.
I
You're getting
know.
backed up there.
Yes, I am. I need to get moving. Thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Cool.
Can you give me, I was writing down the name of the wheel. I'd like to deal with the wheel.
Yeah, it is called wheelofnames.com. It's free, totally free. But it is cool. I always like to reward, my action takers. You guys know I'm
Yeah.
always preaching about that, but it also kind of gamifies things. So it's a great marketing strategy, but also everyone likes to be rewarded for hard work. And I don't have to be partisan. I can just say, hey, whoever's here, you got a chance to win and we get to watch the wheel.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else have anything before I let you go for the weekend? No? All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining me, and I will see you again on Monday. Same time, same place. Go make your vision a reality.